Hi everyone, welcome back to another episode here at Catholic Table Talk Podcast. This is the podcast where everything Catholic is on the table. Once again, for another great episode brought to you by Dr. Katrina Wynn. Dr. Katrina Wynn is a physician and medical doctor. See how she can help you, your family, your community out at mdkatrina.com. Thank you for Dr. Wynn for sponsoring today's show again. And big show, we got it's about laughter. It's the unwritten rule of how and why we should laugh. Um, Not take life so serious. And this is kind of in the trend of the past few episodes. I know we talked about some vacation, what to do in it. And we just talked more about just relaxing things in the past um, few episodes. I didn't really mean for that to happen, but that's just the way they're working out. So praise be to God, and hey, it's that's pretty cool. It's working out like that. So also, real quickly again, if you're new to the show, welcome. If you're familiar with the show, of course, always give us a like, comment, subscribe to our channels. If you don't know which channel we're on, look down in the description box below and find which channel that you might like to listen or watch us from, as well as just merchandise and show and topic requests. Please email us at catholictg@gmail.com. It's Catholic with two T's at gmail.com, the official email of Catholic Table Talk Podcast. I look at daily and even on the weekends I try to look at, so don't miss your show or topic requests. So again, episode 115, we'll jump into laughter. And like I said, this is a few articles again today. Um, just, yeah, why should we laugh? I mean, life is so hard, it's so serious, it's so broken, it's so miserable. Why should we laugh? Why, in today's world, if you're not really a Christian, or if especially if a Catholic, or Catholic Christian, or any type of Christian, really. Um, Actually, I guess what I'm trying to say is, if you're a deeply devoted Catholic Christian, or even just Protestant Christian, um, you shouldn't really take life so like hardcore. And I mean that like not in a humorous way. Um, So yeah, this is what we're talking about today is laughter. First article is loving laughter in the world that is dangerous. Uh, that and that discourages joy, I should say. From Annie Holmquist, she says several years ago, a friend and I were bluntly told that we laughed like unsocialized homeschoolers. Perhaps that was something more insulting looking beneath the surface of that comment, she says, but I choose to put a positive spin on it and take it as a sign that my friend and I have never been uh, that and I have never had a bubbling joy stirred by the institutional walls of the traditional classroom. But even if my laughter is a little bit more hearty than those of others, I think I can safely say that it doesn't compare to those that I heard the other day when I came across um, an old clip from the French TV show. The show brought together a handful of people with unusual laughs that sound like everything from a screeching seagull to a bike horn, and the laughter that ensued with the least infectious is not side-holding. I continued to chuckle about this video throughout the day, and it got me thinking about laughter, wondering why we don't do it more. After all, laughter has many healthy benefits, both short-term and long-term, including stress reduction, immunity enhancement, and pain relief, to name a few. Indeed, after laughing heartily at this video, I felt tired out, but in a satisfied, happy mood, enhancing type of way. But author G.K. Chesterton hinted at benefits from laughter beyond health in an essay from his book The Common Man, noting the unfortunate fact that the tendency of recent culture has been to tolerate the smile, but to discourage the laugh. Three reasons for this discouragement of laughter come to mind. And the first one is laughter generates correction and community. The smile is always the smile is always individual and even secretive. Charleston writes, while the laugh can be social and contagious, um, and is perhaps the one genuine surviving form of the general will. In other words, when people laugh, it is almost always to break the ice, creating a community and thus a bond with those who share it. It opens channels for future conversation and activity, cheering the weary or discouraged. Today, many bemoan the isolation of nature of society. Unfortunately, such isolation was actively encouraged just a few years ago in destroying community building entirely such as the family, the church, and the neighborhood, meaning COVID. Seems to be the specialty of our culture today, Thus, by encouraging more laughter, we can reunite the corrections our culture needs to survive in a time when many of us are increasingly isolated and depressed. Number two, laughter encourages openness. It was probably rather embarrassing for the individuals in the video to come on the show and exhibit their unusual laughs to others, yet they forsook self-importance, let their secret out in the open and allowed their quirkiness to bring joy to others. Laughter does just those things. Chesterton White says it lays itself open to criticism, is innocent and unguarded, has a sort of humanity which has always something of humanity. Furthermore, it unfreezes pride and unwinds secrecy. We could use more of those traits in our world today. Sure, our culture encourages people to be open and honest, but it simultaneously censors speech and promotes fabricates through social media, popping up the self-importance of individuals that through virtue signaling and airbrushing photos. Perhaps it's time to take each other a little less serious and make room for laughter once again in order to create true happiness and honesty and a little humility too. And last but not least, laughter points us to the author of laughter. Laughter has something in it in common with the ancient wings of faith and inspiration, Chesterton writes. It makes men forget themselves in the presence of something greater than themselves. Popular thinking suggests that God is ushering a storm, sitting up in heaven waiting to zap us. In reality, God is the author of laughter, a fact which shines through both his word and the unique and assuming creatures which he has filled the world. And perhaps that's exactly why we don't laugh as much today, because we don't know the source of true joy, and in fact have done our best to sterify any reference or remembrance of him. Thus, by allowing more genuine, wholesome laughter in our lives, perhaps we will open up the doors of communion and fellowship not only with others, but with him as well. Indeed, it just may be that merry hearts are exactly the medicine that this poor, sick culture of ours needs. End of article. And basically, I really agree with the last one, probably the most here. I mean, take a look at the Chosen series. If you have watched The Chosen, whether it's the fourth season or other seasons, you know that Jesus in the series has a lot. He has a lot of sense of humor, and I haven't really watched the whole thing yet, but that's what everyone's been saying, and I've noticed from I think a time that too is like, wow, he's really kind of being funny there. So everyone's like, yeah, God has a pretty good sense of humor. So basically, laughter points us to the author of laughter. Totally agree with that. And again, us, our broken nature, we think God is ready to indeed zap us, but when in fact He is really caring for us and loving us and trying to forgive us and have a human moment in our day, Sometimes you might have something that pops up and you're like, well, that was some God, and you kind of chuckle about it. He has a sense of humor. And basically, why people are forgetting about laughter is, like she says, and he says, that they're forgetting they're forgetting where the true joy comes from. And that really says a lot, and that really parallels with all the surveys and with all the people not going to church, with all the people, with the percentages falling in people who believe in God. Um, so, totally. So, again, just just three ways that you should be laugh more during the day. And I don't mean laugh at really bad jokes or anything against God, right? But I mean, and of course, this also helps too with family, right? If you have a great family, if you have a great dad and mom, or siblings and grandparents and relatives, and even and in-laws, right? Um, you're gonna laugh a little bit more during whenever you see them. This could be every night at mealtime. This could be only couple times a year during the holidays. But you're more likely to laugh with them if you like them. Then you get these broken families who don't really get along with each other, don't like each other, and they don't have a good time. They don't, well, first of all, they don't want to talk to each other, but how can you have a laughing moment when that's happening? So definitely, like I said, definitely it boils down to, again, people are forgetting where the true joy comes from, God. Second, I mean, unless you really unless you take time out of your day every day to pray and go to sacraments and everything, you're not really trusting God, you're experiencing God in your life a whole lot, or you're seeing God in your life, I should say. And three, I mean, again, people are not going to church, and if you have a broken family, laughter can be tough. But bottom line is, we all should strive to do more of it, especially with around others, because then your nieces and nephews look at you, or your or your kids, or your grandkids, or maybe your great grandkids look at you and they're like, "Wow, I love so and so because she's so funny. I love so and so because he's so funny. He just lights up the mood. He's always, he's my role model." And if that helps him in life, I mean, laughter might seem not really like a big thing, but if it really helps people in life, yes, we should do it. So, and basically, that article we kind of talked about what laughter really helps with benefits of laughing, and this is from the Mayo Clinic. Stress relief from laughter. It's no joke. Um, this is from the staff. I'm not gonna read the whole thing, but again, I mean, when it comes to relieving stress, more giggles and uh, just what the doctor ordered. Here's why: stress relief from laughter. A great sense of humor can't cure all ailments, but data is mounting about the positive things laughter can do. The short-term benefits, such as stimulate main organs, they can active and relieve your stress response. They can soothe tension. So again, if you're in a tension kind of place, whether at your job, whether at um, wherever it might be. Maybe you're driving down a busy interstate and, someone on the sports talk radio says something funny you laugh at, that kind of soothes the tension. The long-term effects can, like they said earlier, last article, improve your immune system, relieve pain, increase personal satisfaction, and also, of course, I mean, it improves your mood. Improve your sense of humor as well. It can, meaning that put humor on your horizon. Find a few simple items such as a foil, greeting cards, or comic strips that make you chuckle. Then hang them in your home or in your office, or collect them in a file or notebook. And keep finding movies, TV shows, books, magazines, or comedy videos on hand for when you need an added humor boost. Look online at jokes, good jokes, not just anything online, but listen to a humorous podcast. Go to a comedy club. I mean, I know a couple of TV shows are just pretty funny, and they're good TV shows. laugh and the world laughs with you. Find a way to laugh about your own situations. Just because, again, no one's perfect, so if we can laugh about them and, saying, yeah, I really messed up there, it's pretty fun. Uh, and watch your stress begin to fade away, even if it feels forced at first. Practice laughing. It does your body good. Share a laugh. Make it a habit to spend time with friends who make you laugh. And then return the favor by sharing funny stories or jokes with those around you. Knock knock. Browse through your local bookstore or library selection of joke books and add a few jokes to your list that you can share with your friends. And know what isn't funny. Don't laugh at the expense of others. Some forms of humor are appropriate. Use your best judgment to discern a good joke from a bad or hurtful one. And I think we all become a what's in our life. Had a kind of bad or hurtful joke that we just kind of laugh at, like before we recognize, hey, that was a good thing to laugh at. And laughter is kind of one of the best medicines just for your health. Just again, release tension and all that. So, as they say, go ahead and give it a try. Turn the corners of your mouth up into a smile and then give a laugh. Even if it feels a little forced, once you've had your chuckle, take stock of how you're feeling. Are your muscles a little less tense? Do you feel more relaxed or bored out? That's the natural wonder of laughing at work. And basically, just from where I'm working, I'm not the big social guy at work. I just kind of go do my job, kind of get the word on the street what's happening around the place, and I just do my job. But again, when I'm talking with my coworkers and my boss, right? Even if I just smile and chuckle and say a few great humorous things, it goes a long way for me and for them. So, alright, last article here is basically 2 paragraphs. By Katie Coyle from CatholicLink.org. Make laughter a commonplace in uncommon places. Comedian Michael Jr. presents a video that outlines his overreaching goal in his comedy career. He describes his big break that occurred while he began to do comedy for others and not for himself. Michael describes this change, his internal that transformed his external. I felt a little shift take place where I felt I was to go up there and give them an opportunity to laugh. Now I'm not looking to take, I'm looking for an opportunity to give. This changed everything. As Christians, we are called to give ourselves to Christ and then to others, not to ourselves, not to be in a prideful manner, but to give oneself for others. What I love about this video is that Michael took his newfound outlook and went out into the world. He did not just give to an audience from the stage. Michael entered into the reality of other people in order to bring laughter to those who do not regularly experience joy in their lives. Michael's new punchline became to make laughter a commonplace in uncommon places. And I won't do the video, of course, but you can watch it. But finishing up and taking this risk, Michael met Lil Wayne through using his gifts of comedy. Wayne began to trust Michael, and after about 20 minutes or so, Wayne felt safe enough to take off his Spider-Man mask. This authentic encounter transformed both of them and allowed Wayne to be a little boy again and love freely. This video reminds us of the call to service and encounter that is vital to the Christian life. Again, we're not meant to have Christian life in a vacuum where we just kind of sit and wait for, trying to be the best people we can be and don't really go out and spread the word. We're supposed to be out in the community, supposed to be out in the world, telling people the good news, right? Michael reminds us to go out of our comfort zones and allow ourselves to be changed by an encounter of love in our neighbors. Pope Francis invites us out to this life of risk in order to encounter, serve, and love our brothers and sisters. Again, Jesus didn't just sit at home and wait for people to come to him. A lot of people did come to him to be cured and hear the message and everything. But he was basically walking around the Holy Land, what is now today the Holy Land, spreading and sharing the gospel. He didn't just sit at his home waiting for leopards and crippled people to show up at his door. And again, he had a lot of humor along the way. So again, basically, laughter is a really good thing to do. Whether you do it a lot or you don't do a lot, just try to do more of it. I mean, again, you don't have to laugh at everything. Don't laugh at bad or hurtful jokes. But, I mean, again, it goes a long way. And like I said, if you're that somebody to somebody, meaning that if you make someone's day at a holiday by laughing a lot and having just a good time, smiling, chuckling, trying to make sure everyone making sure everyone is trying to have a good time, then you might inspire someone to be like you, or try to, have a, like I said, you're the role model for them, and that can be very big in someone else's life. So, like Michael said in the video that you can watch at the link below. So, again, that should, I think, about do it. So again, know where the true joy is, and that's from God. And again, if you are living with God, right, you're gonna have more joy and peace anyway. But again, I mean, just try to laugh today. Try, if you're not used to it, try to be a little forceful of it. Just because, again, we're called to go out and share it in the community, but and again, we're not called to go out and share it in the community and just not be too nice with anyone that we meet, or just really just be straightforward. Like, this is the way like Catholic Church teaches it. So be it. Have a good day. No, you go out, you make friends, you bond, we strengthen family ties. That's what you do, and you have a good time doing it. And again, like we said about last time, I mean, you gotta take it easy. You can't just go, because that's almost like saying itself. So you gotta slow down, enjoy life. You only have one life, and the goal is to get to heaven, right? But we can't do that if we're just sitting very, very serious all the time, very, very, not helping others have a great day. Let's just put it that way, okay? So, anyway, thank you again for watching. If you want the links to the articles that are down below, I'll also include maybe one or two extra you can look at for yourself as well if you want to. Otherwise, again, one duty day, go make someone laugh with you today. Start by laughing, make them to laugh. So, also, if you can, go to the sacraments, of course. Stay and say grace. And God willing, we'll see you next week for episode 116. Next Thursday. Can't wait. God willing. So, again, thank you again for coming on. Have a great week, everyone. And we'll see you next time on Catholic Table Talk Podcast. The podcast where everything Catholic is on the table.